Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into a set of sources that honestly paint a picture of marketing undergoing this incredibly fast change. Like right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's moving quickly.
It's not just, using a few AI tools here and there.
Yeah.
It's more fundamental. We're talking about vibe marketing today.
Vibe marketing, yeah.
It's this idea of combining really rapid AI-powered execution with getting that emotional connection, that resonance.
And the sources suggest that the old ways, they're too slow now. Consumer attention is all over the place.
Exactly. So vibe marketing is about using these AI workflows systematically, but also blending it with what they're calling vibe coding.
Which is really that human intuition, right? That iterative process of tweaking until something just feels right.
Right. And here's the claim that really jumps out, the one you need to pay attention to.
Uh-huh.
The sources are saying one marketer using this AI agent approach can achieve what used to take a whole team. Think like 10 specialists, writers, video people, analysts.
Yeah, 10 plus easily. It sounds kind of wild, but when you see the workflows...
That's like the ultimate efficiency play.
It is, but maybe even more than efficiency. It feels like one of those unfair advantage moments. Remember being early on Facebook ads, like 2008?
Oh, yeah. Or mobile apps around 2010.
Exactly. Those who got in early, Jess, they captured so much ground. Right now, AI lets you test and optimize and amplify those emotional signals so fast. That speed, that's the edge.
Okay, so let's unpack this properly. Before we get into the specific kind of flashy workflows, we need to understand the base layer, the architecture, agents, workflows, and these things called MCPs.
Right. We have to be clear on the difference between just, basic automation and a real AI agent.
Cool.
Your standard workflow, maybe like a Zapier, Zap or something, it's rigid. If this happens, then do that. It's fixed.
Got it, step by step.
Yeah. But an AI agent, that's different. Think of it more like a digital employee. You give it a high-level goal, a strategic objective, not just a task list.
So instead of post this content, it's more like...
Exactly. It's increase our weekly signups for the premium plan. And the agent, using something like GPT-4 or Claude, it plans the steps. It figures out which tools to use, maybe email, maybe social, maybe ads. And if it hits a problem, it tries to figure out a workaround. It's reasoning towards a goal.
Okay, so the agent is the brain, but it needs access, right? It needs to actually do things online. That's where these MCPs come in, multi-channel plugins.
Precisely. The MCPs are the connectors. They're the permissions layer, basically. They let the agent plug into your existing tools, your CRM like HubSpot, Airtable, your social accounts, Google Analytics, PostHog, whatever you use.
Without them, the agent can think but not act.
Pretty much. It's isolated. It can't pull data or push content. The MCPs are crucial for making the agent useful across different platforms.
But hang on, that sounds potentially risky. If I'm giving an AI agent access through these MCPs to my analytics, my revenue data on Stripe, letting it post on my company's Twitter, that's a lot of trust. You're handing over keys. How do you manage that risk?
That's a really important point, and yeah, it's the one main friction point up front. Setting up those ACPs is the hurdle. It needs care.
Right.
You have to grant API access, manage those permissions carefully. The sources stress that someone who understands data security and governance needs to handle that initial setup. It's not something you just click through.
Okay.
But once that secure connection is properly established, then you can unleash the agent. Tell it to go crazy and automate a bunch of stuff, as one source put it. It can pull data, analyze things, publish content, all within the boundaries you set.
Got it. So structure first, then scale. Let's talk about that scale. The promise is doing content way faster than a human team. Let's start with workflow 1. Automated faceless content creation, short-form video, right?
Yeah, the kind you see all over TikTok and Reels often gets dismissed as, AI slop.
But it works.
It can get massive engagement. The workflow starts with an agent scraping relevant online discussions, maybe Reddit, maybe Twitter, finding interesting posts or stories in your niche.
Okay. Finds the raw material.
Then it filters that for stuff with high engagement potential, turns it into a script. Then you use generative tools. Could be Runway ML for video, maybe 11 Labs for really good voiceover, or dedicated tools like V3.
So it generates the video and audio component.
Exactly. And the key is the automation continues. Tools like Creatomate or even FFmpeg stitch it all together, and then it auto-posts directly via API to TikTok, Reels, Shorts, whatever.
So one person could potentially run multiple accounts like this.
That's the idea. And yeah, the criticism is quality. But the leverage isn't making one perfect video.
It's just the volume.
It's the volume. You can test hundreds of different angles, different vibes in a week. Find what resonates with that specific audience way faster than manually creating and editing. Then you funnel that attention.
Makes sense. Okay, building on that content idea, let's look at workflow 5, auto-generating content via repurposing, like turning a blog post into more stuff automatically.
Exactly. Why let content sit in one format? This is about reaching your audience everywhere. We saw a case study where a company turned its daily written idea of the day update into a daily podcast episode automatically.
Automatically. How does that work without someone recording and editing?
You use these natural language workflow tools, like string.com is one example. You literally describe the process, something like, every day at 9 a.m., find the latest post on this blog URL, summarize the key points into a 2-minute script, use 11 labs to create lifelike audio from that script, then upload the audio file to our podcast host.
Wow. So you just tell it what to do in plain English.
Pretty much. And the agent handles the summarizing, the voice generation, the upload. The benefit, you're showing up daily in your audience's ears, maybe on their commute, builds incredible familiarity and trust, even with an AI voice, if it's done well.
Okay, this next one seems particularly powerful for growth. Workflow 8, the audience growth hack. Using video comments to build an email list.
Yeah, this one's really clever because it uses the social algorithm to its advantage and ties it directly to lead capture.
How's it work?
You post a video, maybe offering a free resource, and you tell viewers to comment a specific keyword, like comment YT for my YouTube checklist, or AI for this free guide.
Okay, standard call to action.
Right, but here's the automated part. A tool, maybe Zapier or something similar, monitors the comments for that keyword.
Oh.
When it sees the keyword, it automatically triggers a reply or a DM to that user, asking for their email address to send the resource.
Smart.
And once they provide the email, boom, they're automatically added to your email list. But crucially, they get tagged, like downloaded AI guide or YT checklist lead.
So you know exactly where they came from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that tag immediately triggers a specific relevant email welcome sequence, so you get this loop.
Huh.
Comments boost the video's reach on the platform.
Which gets more comments.
Right. And simultaneously, you're building a highly segmented email list of interested people. It's a closed-loop growth engine.
And the results.
The source mentioned one instance, 20,000 new Instagram followers and thousands of email subs in, like, a month. Pretty much hands-off after the initial video setup.
That's significant. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
you've got the leads. Now what? Engaging them, selling. Let's talk workflow 2. The one-click AI CRM. This tackles outreach, right?
Yeah, it tackles the time suck of outreach. Personalization takes ages.
Totally.
So imagine you're on LinkedIn, maybe Twitter X, looking at a prospect's profile. You use a browser extension. Gumloop is one example mentioned. You click one button.
One click, and then.
The AI agent instantly scrapes their profile, looks at recent posts, interests, job title, whatever's relevant. It builds a quick little dossier, and then it drafts a personalized outreach message.
Not just hi.
No, something specific. Hi, Jane. Saw your recent post about the challenges in scaling SAW sales teams. Something that shows you actually looked.
Okay, but does the AI send it?
Usually, no. The human reviews the draft, maybe tweaks it slightly, then hits send. You keep that quality control. But the agent did like 95% of the work, the research, the drafting, even logging the activity in the prospect into your CRM like Airtable or HubSpot.
Turns a 15-minute task into seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that scaling for sales, recruiting partnerships.
Definitely. But why stick to text? Let's talk voice. Workflow 3, the 24/7 voice AI sales agent. This is about scaling responsiveness using actual phone calls.
Phone calls. With AI, how does that not immediately get a hang-up?
That's the challenge. Tools like Vapey.ai integrate AI with phone systems like Twilio. There was a case study with a company called Idea Browser.
What do they do?
They used an AI agent not just to answer calls, but to actively sell their product and gather feedback, like a combined sales rep and focus group.
But the hang-up issue.
They tackled it head-on with psychology, a really friendly, upfront disclaimer. The AI would introduce itself like, "Hi, I'm an AI assistant for Idea Browser. Please don't hang up. I promise I can be helpful and quick."
Addressing the elephant in the room. Humanizing it a bit.
Exactly. It disarms people. And apparently, the agent could offer dynamic discounts, too, giving people an incentive to stay on.
And the back-end benefit.
After the call, the system automatically saved a full transcript and a concise summary for the human team. So it acted as a 247 sales point and a continuous source of market research. Pretty powerful.
Taking that interaction visual now. Workflow 4. AI persona for interactive demos, giving the AI a face.
Yeah, basically. Using tools like Tabas.io, you can generate a surprisingly lifelike video avatar, often based on the founder or a key team member, from just a minute or two of video footage.
And this avatar sits on the website.
Right. It looks almost like you're initiating a live video call, like a Google Meet window pops up. It provides that face-to-face interaction 204/7.
But making it actually useful, not just a gimmick.
Yeah.
That seems hard.
That's the crucial part. It's not just the tech. The setup is everything. You have to write a really detailed system prompt. This is that vibe code again. Define its personality, its tone, its expertise.
And give it information.
Loads of it. You feed it all your product docs, your FAQs, examples of customer conversations, everything it needs to have genuinely helpful, context-aware conversations, not just spout generic lines. It needs to avoid being, well, soulless.
So when done right, it's like having a knowledgeable, personable team member available instantly on your site. Builds trust faster than a chatbot.
That's the goal. Instant personal engagement at scale.
Okay, let's shift gears back to data and strategy, keeping everyone on the same page. Workflow 6, automated business dashboard and alerts.
Right. This tackles the reporting grind. Getting key metrics together manually every day or week is tedious.
So this automates the analyst role.
Sort of the junior analyst part, yeah. You prompt an agent, maybe using string.com, again, tell it. Check Google Analytics for visitors, check Stripe for new MRR, check Postdog for sign-up conversion rates, compile these key numbers.
And then?
The agent pulls the data, formats it into a clean, easy-to-read summary, and then automatically posts that summary to a specific Slack channel, say, every morning at 8 a.m.
Set it up once, and everyone gets the key numbers daily without anyone lifting a finger.
Exactly. It takes maybe 10 minutes to set up, according to the sources. The power is that instant alignment. No arguments about which numbers are right. Everyone sees the same dashboard before the day really starts.
Frees up human time for actual strategy, which leads nicely into Workflow 7, AI-generated ad creatives, using AI to make better ads.
Yeah, or at least test creative angles much, much faster. This is about automating creative strategy.
How does it work? Taking inspiration from competitors.
That's a common approach. You might feed it a really successful ad, say a big campaign from Athletic Greens, or a direct competitor whose ads are working well.
Okay, input a winner.
Then AI tools, Arc Ads was mentioned as one, can analyze that ad. They scrape Meta's ad library, look at the structure, the visuals, the copy, the vibe that made it connect.
It figures out why it worked.
It tries to, yeah. It identifies the patterns. Then it generates new ad creatives video, copy tailored for your product, but based on that proven successful formula or vibe.
So it's like AI-powered imitation and adaptation.
Kind of. But the real power is speed and volume for testing. You can generate tons of variations based on winning angles almost instantly. This lets you A/B test creative approaches at a pace that was impossible before. You find the winning vibe for your own campaigns much faster.
You're constantly iterating based on what's already proven to resonate.
Exactly. That's the velocity advantage again.
So, pulling this all together, what's the big picture for marketers? It seems like the job itself is changing fundamentally.
It absolutely is. If you look across all these workflows, the common thread is shifting the human role away from doing the repetitive tasks.
Less execution.
Way less execution. You're not manually pulling reports or writing hundreds of outreach emails or editing short videos all day. You're moving towards strategy, vision, and defining that vibe.
So the human sets the direction, the emotional target, the vibe code.
Right. And the AI agents handle the detailed execution, the testing, the scaling, at a speed we just couldn't imagine a few years back. It's not about working harder. It's about directing the strategy and letting the agents run the experiments.
And the sources suggest this unfair advantage moment is happening right now.
It really feels like it. The window is open for people willing to jump in and tinker, to try these tools, the Gumloops, the strings, the vapies. Even if your first attempts at automation aren't perfect, the potential time savings and the speed you gain are immense. Iteration is key.
So maybe a final thought for people listening, something to chew on.
Yeah, here's something to consider. If AI agents start handling, say, 90% of the content production and outreach, making it super fast and cheap for everyone, what then? What are the uniquely human marketing initiatives you'll need to focus on? If all your competitors have access to the same efficient AI tools, how do you ensure your brand actually stands out and doesn't just blend into this sea of potentially very similar AI-generated content? How do you protect and project your unique vibe? That's the next challenge.